uh, I come back to this. Love Island Games is great. See.
Love Island Games is crazy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. Even if we're not happy about it, we are still here. I am your girl. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. Um, I have my cup mug because yay.
Yeah.
For like celebrating. But you can get your cup mug at lanajcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period.
And hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I only got one hand for it today because I'm mad, angry, and upset at the outcome of this episode, and I only have one person to blame.
I guess we'll
Ian
hear
Sterling.
about that.
No, I'm kidding. No, I can't blame Ian.
I was gonna say not Ian catching strays.
No. Andrea. No, I'm kidding.
Andrea. I just it's crazy. This is a crazy episode.
Love Island Games is crazy. No. Lana.
I didn't want to talk about it either. I don't want to
This
talk
is
about
why
it.
I couldn't leave you alone to go through this episode by yourself, Lana.
It's a lot going on though, and yes, this is too much. I don't want to talk about it, but
It's too fucking much.
but I'm going to do that. We're going to do that. I'm going to talk all about the tragedy that is Love Island Games in this episode. But before we do, we just want you to say first of all, thank you for watching. If you're watching, we appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, and welcome. I'll show you a little love because not a lot of love is happening in my heart right now for everything that
I was
happened on
gonna
this
say
episode.
I'm not usually this much of a crybaby. It's just this episode specifically. So
But thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit the subscribe button because we are on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year, and that mission is going across all of our channels here at the Cup Network. So click on our description below in our link tree. You can see all the links to all of our channels at the Cup Pod for all your drag or drag race needs, at the Cup Pod at the Cup ESC for all of your Eurovision needs, and of course here at the Cup TV for all of your competitive reality television needs. Hit that subscribe button and follow and all the things. We appreciate you. Also, our audio podcast links are in the description below. So if you want to click on that to check us out on the go, we want to be wherever you are. So take us with you on our audio podcast links. So check that out. Hit that link. Hit that description. Join us in our Patreon. We got a lot of fun things going on in our Patreon. Early access to some shows that we're doing and exclusive content to some shows that we got going on.
And we just dropped a video today. So
Period.
it's not a TV video, but if you are interested in drag, we did just drop 10 minutes ago, now 11, if you're watching live with us. We did just drop our UK All-Stars fan cast video. So if you want some early access to that video before it goes out this weekend, over on the Cup Pod channel, go check that out now. Available for paid patrons, and we thank you. So
we might have to do a Love Island Games fan cast for season 3 for our Patreon
I think we're
at
gonna
some
need
point.
to.
I think we need to
Yeah.
do that. So we're going to do that as well in the future. Not going to promise you when, but in the future we're going to do that so we can have some of our TV things in that Patreon channel as well. So check all of that out. Join our Patreon so you can see all the fun things we got going over there. Join our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And that's where you can engage with us and talk to us, and we can have a good time together. If you ever thought about joining, wanting to be a part of a podcast to talk Love Island games or anything here on TV, Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race, Project Runway, we got a lot of fun things going on over here or on any of our channels, hit us up in our Instagram DMs at The Cut Pod. That is the quickest way to get to us, and we will get back to you very quickly to let you know what you need to do. So if you ever decide you thought you want to be on a podcast, we're looking for new voices. So check us out, and we truly, truly appreciate you. Yeah. This episode, this
Was a
episode,
lot.
it was a lot. It was a lot of a lot. I mean, so we start off the episode where we left off right after the heart rate challenge. And of course, the big thing coming out of that is the Sydney and Isaiah situation. Sydney is here. She's like, they're very awkward. They're like, hey, hey, how you doing? How you
How you
doing?
doing? What confused me about this whole situation with Sydney and Zay was it seemed like, from the perception that we got from her walking in immediately,
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to rekindle things with Zay. And then to kind of like bring together all of the conversations, because drink every time someone asked Sydney in this
Mm-hmm.
episode how her relationship with Zay ended, to which she said traumatic was literally the word she used every
Yeah.
single time.
It was
Um,
messy. It was traumatic. It wasn't good.
Messy and
All of the
traumatic.
work.
Literally all of these words. I'm like, because I left yesterday's episode thinking, oh, like the perception I got was that she was interested in rekindling with Zay.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing this episode, it doesn't seem like it could be further from the truth. And I'm like, okay, so then what's the tea? Like I think Sydney seems lovely. Again, I didn't watch season 4, so I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like, girl, why are you here other than to be forced to rekindle with Zay?
I Okay, so I was confused. I thought she was gonna come in to rekindle, but obviously she was like, no, everything ended traumatically and messy, and it wasn't good. So I'm like, okay. Um, I don't know what her reasoning for, but it's obviously not to rekindle with Zay, which I'm okay with because he didn't look like he wanted to rekindle with her either. He was
No.
kind of look he kind of I think the messiness and the traumatic side was probably on both ends of it. Obviously, she said he cheated, and she was like, "But he's a good guy, but he made some bad calls." So obviously he cheated, but I think it was some other things too because he looked like like he was never going to spin the block again. He was like, "Yeah, she's cool. Nice to see you." You look different. Like,
Right.
and his words, something that he said made me go, huh. He said, you look healthy.
Yeah.
And I
I
was like,
clocked that too.
I
Thank
said,
you. Okay.
oh,
I'm
so
glad we
something
I'm
else is going on.
I'm glad we clocked the same thing. Healthy was the
Healthy
word that I clocked. I was like,
to let me know that sometimes she wasn't healthy. So I'm like, was it some kind of substance use or some
that I
kind of
don't
sickness?
know.
I don't know, and I'm not gonna speculate. I just know it
No.
when he said she looked healthy, I was like,
That was a
oh,
very specific
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
verbiage that
mm-hmm,
was used, and
mm-hmm.
it felt specific. And I was like,
If
"Oh,
it was something that is their relationship
uh-huh."
for them to know, and I was like, okay, well, hmm,
Yeah,
interesting.
it felt weird and strange, but I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." And frankly, that's all I really have about Sydney for this entire episode, to be honest with you. She
I
seems
mean,
lovely and fine, but
she did have a conversation with Toby, and they talked, and that's when she specifically told Zay. We told Toby that she was not here for Zay. She was here for the games. She was
mhm.
here for games. She wanted to win, and she apparently her and Toby have history because they've met each other before. They kissed before. So I was like, a lot of people have met
at
and
the
kissed
at the season 1 games premiere,
games
apparently.
trivia. Yeah, apparently. So I'm like, was she supposed to be on games? Was she a bombshell that just never happened? Because we do know in Love
No, I
Island
think she
lore.
lives in LA. I think she just lives
Oh,
in LA.
okay. Well, I'm about to
So
say
she
because we
might have
know the
just
Love
been, and
Island
I think
lore.
because she's Love Island alum, I think she might have
Yeah,
just been at the premiere party, and so I think they
maybe
met because obviously Toby was on.
Toby was there, right?
Yeah, so I think that might have been the tea, but I don't mind the two of them together.
I
But
personally,
also, yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. You're talking.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't mind them together, because of all of the pieces coming together. I'm like, they seem cute together. Sure, sure, sure. Um, I also don't mind Andrea and Toby together still because I am now a Josh Steen believer. Um,
Welcome to my world.
oh, I believed it the moment they coupled up. And then we saw yesterday's episode, and
Hmm.
I know you talked about it yesterday.
But you feel free if you want.
Did Josh get hotter or something?
Oh wow! Come
Like,
on!
honestly,
Come
did Josh
on!
I thought Josh was hot on season 3. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about Josh.
It's the Justine effect because he was not hot sitting next to Andrea. I'm just saying
He
he
was
wasn't
still
that
good
hot.
looking.
He wasn't that hot sitting next to Andrea. But the minute he could, it's the Justine effect because he got
Yeah,
her. I was like, wait a
yeah,
minute, you're cute with Andrea, but you're hot.
I
Justine.
agree with that.
It is so crazy that
The
you said that.
way, because the way I gagged, gooped, and screamed in that bed sequence when I saw them making it, I said, "What? Huh? Who? You mean to tell me? No, no, that's Andrina and Johnny's bed. Huh?
No.
Baby."
When that man said you backed it up on me, and I was like, and she said, please,
She
I did
said, "You're the
not.
one grinding
Rubbing
into me."
on me and rubbing on me. I was like,
I said, we cannot have this storyline 2 seasons in a row.
please don't do it to me. I am still on my Nicolandria high.
Season
Do
7
not
into Love
do
Island
it to
Games 2, like, I
don't do it to me. I
can't.
can't do it again. I can't. I can't
Because
even.
what do you mean, Lana? What do you
The
mean?
chokehold Nicolandra has on me right now is still not letting go, and I cannot add Justine and Josh's hand around my neck. I can't
Oh my god, no, I
do
just
it.
came up with a better, because I said Josh Steen
It's
earlier.
Justine.
No, I came up with a better one, though. Judge.
Shush.
Come on, Judge.
I
Come on,
can't.
Judge.
Justine, just I can't do it. I cannot do it. My neck is not big
Okay,
enough
then
for all
I will
these.
do it this time.
I
I will lead the judge.
You can't hold my chokehold on yourself. It's never gonna happen. I'm
No,
going.
you don't have the bandwidth right now, and I
I'm going to be
understand that. I
obsessed.
will take it.
It doesn't matter about my bandwidth. You think they care about my bandwidth? They're just gonna do what they do and continue to be cute, and I'm gonna sit there and be like, I'm obsessed if they continue to do this. Now, I will say for this episode, what we're talking about, they did not give us any of them this time. So I was
No,
like,
but it's okay.
I can breathe. Let me breathe, but I'm not worried. But I still have things. But yes, the
Hmm.
Josh Steen of it all, please. I can't. Oh,
Anyway, more
anyway,
important things,
back to
including
this
but not
episode.
limited to the fact that Nicola and Zay were power couple, and I Was so proud of my girl. So proud of my girl for throwing
She
that
did
ass
it, though.
back.
She did it.
She did what needed to be done. I knew that that's how the girls got down in Malta. Because I knew that's how the girls got down in Malta. Shout out to all of the Maltese Eurovision representatives of the last like 5 years, because the girls get down like that in Malta. Shout out to Miranda Conte, serving but
yes. Did we know Isaiah was gonna be giving it like that? Because he too,
as a clown,
as a clown, but he
as
too,
a clown,
he had
girl.
the most people's heart rate jumping, and I was like, okay.
But they get they get a night in the hideaway.
If this was not the most wasted couple to go into the hideaway, I don't know what it is.
And
It
this
was,
is how I know that this season is pre-written.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, at least the season is pre-written. Cool.
It was
Fine
going to
with
be
it.
that anyway. Whoever was the power couple
That was
going to
be the reward. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, worst couple to get it. Worst situation.
Oh.
Worst hideaway I've ever seen. Because
they couldn't go and enjoy themselves. This wasn't an enjoyable trip. Even if as friends, they couldn't go and enjoy themselves because it was decision-making time for them. And they, according to them, spent most of the time arguing about the decisions that had to be made, which made for a very bad night for the both of them. I mean, she got all pretty in her little pink lingerie set. He took off the clown outfit, thank you, and went on in there. And it was fruits and champagne, and everything was lovely and set up. It was pretty, a fire pit that they talked about. Only for them to throw this decision at them and ruin their entire night.
This was sick, disgusting, and nasty. And producers, you are disgusting for this. I hated this. So the first power couple is only gets the option of making a safe team vulnerable.
Which
the second power couple has to put 4 people into a duel for immediate dumping.
Yeah.
Baby. Okay.
Crazy.
I'm going to say the same thing I said about the power that Chris and KK got as that first power couple. I appreciate what Love Island Games is doing with these twists. They're trying something different. They're changing up the game from season 1. They're trying new things. I'm fearing, and I think we talked about it a little bit when we talked about that twist too, I'm fearing that they've overcorrected. Because this one also felt overcorrected. I don't necessarily know what I would have done with this twist necessarily.
I would have did exactly what they did.
Really? Okay.
Because for the reason being, Chris and KK was just power couple. They were just on top. Chris won. He was the number one guy in the whole...
no, I mean about the twist in general. Like, I'm not talking about the decision that they made. I'm talking about because the decision they made, I agree, and we'll talk about that here in a second. I'm talking about the twist in general that production made. I think production is overcorrecting on the twists. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm thinking, like, what twist power would I give? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, like, what would I have given as, like, for the power couple in this? Maybe I just would have given them a night in the hideaway. And then have a 3-person challenge. Honestly, like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad way to do it. I don't mind this, though.
I don't mind. I think this twist is fine because it is a power move to make, and it gives them the power to shift or direct the game that they for in their favor or where they wanted to go. I don't think this is the overpower. I think this is the right amount of power because if it would have been like, because either way it go, they just saved two people. It's just like you just saved two
Yeah.
people from being in a duel. So I think this. I don't have a problem with this twist. I think this twist was actually really good. I hate the fact that they made him go to the hideaway to do it because it feel like a wasted night of a hideaway when people should be able to win the
Yeah.
hideaway to enjoy themselves and get away and have some peace and quiet. I think they could have just had them go to the speakeasy, close the door, everybody stay out. They make the decision in there, and then let them
Yeah.
go to the hideaway so they can actually enjoy their night because nobody is going to enjoy themselves after making such a tough decision. So I think they should have let them go somewhere privately, make the decision, and then go to the hideaway. Knowing, I mean, they could go to the hideaway knowing that they made the decision, or they could have let them have that night and then have them make the decision in the morning.
And do it in the morning. I agree with that. I actually think that probably would have been a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have liked that a little bit better. I don't know. I think, again, like I said, I'm glad that Love Island Games is doing new,
Mhm.
different, like unique and different things. Um I'm intrigued to see what the other twists are gonna be.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm landing right now. But
The
um
decisions though that they made.
I think immediately putting Chris and KK in both in, yes.
Mhm.
I think ultimately the decisions I agreed with
I agree
3 of
with
the
the
4 decisions they made.
I agree with all 4.
The one I didn't agree with was Johnny, actually.
Mm.
I would have just strictly put Andrea and Toby and Chris and KK in as the 2 couples.
Mhm.
Um, because for me, Chris and KK were the power couple,
Mhm.
and Andrea and Toby, as far as everyone is concerned, were the second least voted in the last public vote.
Mhm.
Plus, on top of that, um, Andrina has done 2 duels now,
Mhm.
so I wouldn't even have considered her, to be honest.
Mhm.
Johnny's done a duel with Andrina,
Mhm.
and Johnny has kind of proven himself in that way.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that's probably the decision that I would have made, but I understand the Johnny choice. I understand the KK and Andrea choice, certainly. I think Andrina would have had a definite advantage in this specific duel over both of them.
Mhm.
I think
But
just
she
based on the fact that she is a lot taller, I think that would have given her a bigger advantage in this.
but she's
Um,
not as strong because if you let Lucinda beat you in that pulling war, they would have just pulled her away and she could have just I feel like Adrena would have gave up halfway and they would have been able to get her.
I could see that. I could see that. Um, yeah, I understand the reasoning
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
that they did for everything. Um, what I don't agree with
Mhm.
is how they treated Nicola. And for
Okay.
me, the
Mhm.
way that I looked at this situation, because when they started arguing, because the
Mhm.
argument ended up being about whether to put in, they were going to put in Johnny, basically.
Mhm.
And then it was, do we put in Chris or do we put in Toby? Is what it
Mhm.
seemed like based on the edit that we
Mhm.
got.
Yeah.
And all Nicola said was that she had a connection with Chris.
Mhm.
That is quite literally all she said.
Mhm.
And Zay gets very defensive immediately
Mhm.
because he's friends with Toby. He
Right.
doesn't want to put Toby in.
Right.
Um, and immediately is like, well, we can do that. It's fine. It's cool. Whatever. Like, goes immediately defensive, starts putting all of this onto Nicola. It seemed like it from what I saw.
Mhm.
And she's immediately like, no, I'm not saying we need to pick this. I'm saying I have a connection with Chris.
Mhm.
That's all I said. And I'm like, yes, girl, that's all you said. You can still put Chris in a duel and also acknowledge that you have a connection with him. And ultimately, that is what they do. Because Nicola is here for the game, and I liked seeing that from her. It's not a decision that she took lightly, nor is it the decision she wanted to make.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't appreciate Zay kind of throwing all of this decision onto her when in reality, all she was talking about was her connection
Mm-hmm.
with him as an
Mm-hmm.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like Zay was linking together the love, the island, and the games part of the situation, where Nicola was isolating the love part of the situation, but was willing to do what needed to be done for the games part of this whole
Mm-hmm.
situation. And it
Mm-hmm.
felt really weird. And I'm once again going to say, Nicola, get out. Find a new partner. Change your partner, change it around. Because this man is not going to be good for you long term as a partner.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. I think him getting defensive like that was like she just literally asked you or just told you a statement. She wasn't saying that that had to be done. It's like I literally just said it. I was just voicing my thoughts, telling you what I'm thinking, telling you what's going on in my head, and for you to turn it around and be like, okay, fine, then we won't do it, or okay, then don't work. It's like it's that whole passive aggressive behavior. I cannot stand. I cannot
Yeah.
stand it. I don't like it in my real life. I don't like it on TV. I don't like it around me. I don't like none of it. And so I'd be like, so I felt that. I was like,
Yeah.
girl, like Isaiah, she literally just said have a connection with Chris. So she was thinking out loud, I don't want to do that because she didn't want to put Chris in because she
No.
has a connection with Chris and she wanted to explore said connection with Chris.
And that
But,
is the
and that's
only
okay.
connection she has.
Very much because you literally just told her you are not interested in her romantically. So she wanted to have a romantic connection. But she also was like, but this is Love Island games and I'm here for the games. We work well together in the game, so I'm willing to put romantic connections aside for the games. And I was hoping you'd be willing to do that too. And I'm not saying Chris needs to stay because I'm just saying this is another suggestion. If Toby is a better suggestion, could that possibly be the case? But he definitely went into whatever. And I was like, I was with you. I was like, oof, I don't like that.
And I want to point out as well, this is not the first time we've seen Isaiah do this to Nicola. We saw this happen in their duel as well. When they were working together on the Zap duel thing,
Mhm.
immediately when any kind of pressure was put on Isaiah, he
Yeah.
immediately defaulted to blaming Nicola for what was happening. When in reality, watch that duel back. Nicola was at fault for some of the issues that went on in
But
that
they
duel,
both were. They both were.
but they both were. And honestly, most of the mess ups that they had were Isaiah's fault.
Yeah.
So it's
He's not the
like,
best under pressure.
no, he's not the best under pressure whatsoever. And I don't think he's a great partner, period. And I also don't think he's a great partner for her.
Yeah, I think
So
he
yeah.
definitely needs to calm down. I just think they were so in their feelings in that moment that he just was not because like you said, he didn't want to put Toby up. He was looking at it from the standpoint Chris and Johnny are the two strongest people. We get one of them out that just opens the door for all of us to go further, which makes sense. I wasn't mad at his reasoning. I didn't like how he responded to her. I also was like, okay, it's smart decision. But I like that they finally came to a decision. But here's the thing, this is the crazy part of this whole thing. Listening to them argue back and forth and going back and forth about what they were doing. Isaiah was very strong-willed about the guys who he was going to put up. Nicola was very sure about the girls who she wanted to go up.
Mhm.
She had no question that she wanted to put up KK and Andrea. It was like they are the two strongest. KK was number one, Andrea was number two. Or number they were very in that last challenge. Like they're the strongest. It makes sense. That's who we putting up. Andrea doesn't make sense. I don't think they wanted to waste a duel on Andrina, and they didn't want to put her, as Nicola said, did put her back into another duel when she just did two duels right back to back. And to put her in a third one would have seemed a little cruel and mean. And so she was like, these are the two. Like there was no question, no argument. This is what was going to happen. So I like that she stood on business about who she was going to put in for the girls. She had a little trepidation about the boys because she liked one of them, but eventually she was like, "Okay, the games are the games, and let's do this." So I'm glad that they came into that. That they were very, they were very stuck on that. They knew exactly who they were picking for each boy and each girl. But then it was crazy because the next day you saw the weight of the decisions on their faces. Like I think
Oh,
Isaiah instantly regretted it the second he sent it in and knew he couldn't change it because he went to bed like I'm regretting this. I think
yeah.
I regretted my decision. I think he knew how people would react to what happened. And so he kind of was just like,
And
yeah,
I
nah.
think he knew how Chris was going
Yeah.
to react. And that's exactly how Chris reacted.
I
So,
yeah, it was he knew, and it's just kind of like because they know how they are in the villa. Like we were boys in the villa, and he didn't. It just he knew, he knew, he just knew. But they woke up feeling very like sullen and sad, and then the rest of the villa woke up and saw the ring and was like, "Son of a gun!" Like they literally walked outside and the ring was made, and everybody was like, Chris saw it first and was like, "Yo, there's a ring out there." He was like, "I don't need this today. I don't need this today." His whole mood shifted seeing that ring, and
yeah.
he went in there and told everybody, and they all came out. The girls saw it from the balcony. Everybody saw it and was like,
Ah, shit.
"Ah." It was crazy. They were not happy about it. And then you see Nicola and Isaiah just in the hideaway, just like dreading leaving. They don't want to
Oh, yeah.
leave. They
No.
don't want to leave at all. And I don't blame them. Who wants to face the people you just put out in a duel? It's but they get the text first before Nicola and Isaiah come out of the hideaway, which makes it even worse.
They get the series of texts where everyone finds
Oh,
out that it is going to be Chris versus Johnny and KK versus Andrea, meaning that Toby and Andrina are safe.
this
I was
is
happy for Andrina. I was really happy for Andrina not having to go into a third duel. And as we heard Nicola talk about later,
Mhm.
um, when talking to Andrina and Justine, her reasoning literally was just, you've had a really hard time in here recently, and I didn't want to make you go through that again.
Mhm. Makes
Like,
sense. Makes
it
sense.
makes sense. It makes sense. Like, everyone's feelings in this situation are so valid.
Yes.
Like, it just was a shitty situation because literally KK and Nicola are my two favorite people in this villa.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, no, my favorites are fighting. No, my favorites don't like each other right now. No, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it.
It was rough. So once they find out about who's going into the duel, then Nicola and Isaiah come out, and it's tense. It's tense because I mean Johnny is expected it. He kind of was like, I get it. I know why he did it, but it's all right. It's game on. Let's go do it. Chris is pouty. Chris is upset. He's like, this is my boy. I would never have done that to him. I would have put it on somebody else. I would have never done it to him. The fact that he did it to me kind of sucks. And you know what? I get his feelings too. His feelings are valid too. Even if I don't like the way he
100%.
went at it, I definitely don't like the way he went at it because being a big pouty baby is not the way to do it. You're a grown man. Start acting like it. Suck it up and do what you gotta do. But I didn't like how he did it. Like even when Zay walked over to him, he was like, Chris, you wanna talk? And he was like, no. And I get that. Here's the thing. I'm not mad that he said no. because sometimes you need to say no to get your thoughts together. He got to get ready for a duel. He got to get in his headspace, the right zone to duel. So I get it, but that wasn't that. That wasn't that. That wasn't you just
And
getting in
that
your
was
headspace. That was
and
somebody
that
else's, but that wasn't that. What
and
you
that was the
did,
difference. That was the
right?
difference between what Chris did and what KK did
That's
to
what I'm saying.
Nicola.
That wasn't that.
Yeah.
That wasn't that. That wasn't that at all. That was you being wanting to make this man feel miserable for picking you. That's what that was. That's what
Yeah,
that
I
was.
didn't and I
I didn't.
get Chris's feelings. I totally
Yes,
get it. I totally understand it
absolutely.
completely. However, comma,
Hmm.
baby, there are other words that you could have used. Like there are other tones that you could have used. It just was like I'm glad they resolved it ultimately, but it was just
Hmm.
like
And I knew that they would, but in that moment, he was in his feelings, and in that moment, Zay could have given him a moment to get out of his feelings, but he wanted to try to talk too because he wanted to try to make it to let him know that it wasn't a personal thing and blah blah blah. But like I said, it wasn't that. What he told to Zay was not that. But we then go to what we see with KK and Nicola when Nicola comes and sits down and starts telling everybody in front of them what was going on, and KK walks away, and she goes to sit down by the beach by herself to get her thoughts. When Nicola walks over and it's like, KK, can we talk? KK was like, no, not right now. And Nicola's like, oh, okay. And she was like, I gotta get in the zone. I'm getting my head's right for the duel. So no. And she's like, I mean, I just want to, she's like, no, not right now. She said it so polite. She said
yes.
it's so nice. And she was very valid for saying that and being in that moment. So I was like, yeah, she said it so politely and so nicely. What annoyed me was Nicola running to the bathroom crying and getting in her confessionals talking about, I don't care what the situation is. I would never talk to someone like she talked to me. How did she talk to you? Politely? Was that the wrong way to talk to
Avoid
you?
it. No, I think what Nicola because I agree I see what you mean. I think the situation that Nicola was upset with is just that um her and KK have been very close in the villa, and
Mhm.
then to just get completely shut out by KK. I don't think it was necessarily the way that she was spoken to. It was just being completely shut out by KK.
What did you expect her to do? Welcome you with
No,
open
and no,
arms?
and that's fair. No, and that's completely fair. I just think Nicola and KK would have responded to that situation in different ways. And I felt for Nicola, but
Hmm.
I understand where KK is and just wanted to protect her peace, protect where she was at. Um
Hmm. I said the same thing. I felt the same thing. It felt very that. Um, it felt very that to me. Um,
I don't want to say that. I'm
you don't
sorry.
have
I
to.
don't want to say that.
You don't have to. I'll say it because it felt very that. It felt very that she wanted to be coddled and felt made herself feel better for the decision she made. And you wanted this woman, and I don't want to say black woman, you wanted this woman to console you to make you feel better for the decision you made. And when she has to deal with the decisions that you made, don't come to me expecting me to make you feel better for putting me in a situation where I might have to go home. That's not my job to make you feel better. And that's what white woman tears are really. It's trying to make the person you put into situations console you to make you feel better about your decision. I don't have to make you feel better about your choices. And so that's what it is. And that's what that was. It was like, can I
Okay.
talk to you now? No, I want to get into my headspace, but I just want to. Unfortunately, this isn't the time. I'm okay. I'm fine. I just need to not talk to you right now and do that. She was very polite. She didn't yell. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't. And yes, the backlash for KK online is crazy. crazy. And so that's why I have a problem with all of this. And it's not even Nicola's fault. Nicola's fault. This is the production's fault because production
Yes.
does this to black women every single time,
Yes.
where they try to villainize a black woman even when they're being polite. We saw it in season 7 with Alendra and with Huda crying, and Alendra had to feel bad and had to apologize and say, "Oh, I'm sorry for making you cry," when she didn't say anything, but not right now. She can't even be polite. KK was polite and just said, "No, thank you, not right now. Let me get my head on." And Nicola went crying, and that's what production shows. And her confessional saying, "I would never do that to someone like that," to villainize KK. Now that might not have been her intention. That might not have been Nicola's intentions at all. But the way it happened and it came off, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. The editing is made it what it looks like. And I know for you, you might see it, but to all black women, we were just like, I'm sure black women was like, oh, not again. Because that's exactly how I felt when I saw it. I was like, she
And
didn't
I
do
see that.
anything.
I see that for sure. I don't want KK to be villainized here because there's literally nothing for her to be villainized for. I just also, in that same breath, I don't see any ill intention from Nicola here whatsoever. Editing was not kind in this
Most white
situation
women's tears
whatsoever.
are never intentioned like that. I won't say most, some white women's tears aren't ever that. It's never. I wasn't trying to be me. But it's in that action. It's just, I just want you to make me feel better for what I did, and that is not the person you did it wrong. And that's anybody's tears. You can be crying to anybody. If I'm crying for a decision I made, but I want you to make me feel better for doing it to you, that's crazy. In any situation. In any situation, that's crazy. But yeah, the editing was not kind, but I do also think Nicola didn't need to go crying about. I wouldn't do that to somebody if I was in that, because y'all are two different people. We don't react the same way. Everybody's different. So I don't know. I just felt that moment. I was like, dang, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. And it's just like, I just hate it. I hated it. But we it, but we do see they do resolve it. So that makes me feel a whole lot better. And so I hope people calm it down. KK did nothing wrong and realized she did nothing wrong. Nikolai did nothing wrong. She just made the decision for the game. She made a smart decision because I would have done the same thing. Those would have been my same picks for the reasons they picked them. Games. Games. And a lot of people are trying to compare how Andrea and Johnny handled it to the way Chris and KK handled it. Again, all different people. Everybody handles things differently, reacts differently. Did I like how Chris handled it? Nah, but not my cup of tea. But I ain't Chris. I don't handle things like Chris. I ain't Andrea. KK is not Andrea. She don't handle things like Andrea. Chris is not Johnny. Johnny and Chris are not the same people. They don't handle things the same way. And Johnny's been here before. He'd been all the way to the final two. He knew that this was going to happen at some point, that they were going to be pitted against each other. You just got to suck it up and get ready for the duel. And that's what Johnny did.
Yeah.
That's what Johnny did. So, yeah, it's interesting. But we do get to the duel. Oh, wait, no, conversations happen and people pumping each other up. Okay, let me break the ice a little bit and just if anybody else out there feels me when I say this, I wish Kendall will stop talking.
Shut up, Kendall.
I wish Kendall will stop talking. Completely just stop talking. Because every time why must this man do the extra most? Not just the most, but the extra most. Everything he does, oh, come on, yeah, go, we hype you up. Like, even his hype up is too much for me. I'm like, dog, calm down. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that because he just bugged me this entire episode with his.
Oh no, and then the way
Uh,
that after the women went, he went
it's the pain
well,
of it. Oh,
the main event. Shut up, you misogynistic prick.
It's the main event now. I'm
Because
like,
let's be real honest and genuine here on the pod today. The main event was the fucking women. The main event was KK and Andrea showing the fuck out for strong, powerful fucking women. So shut the fuck up, Kendall. Period.
too many. It's too much for me. Too
I
much for me. We,
Garby,
we, we got to
Garby,
calm
you are a
down.
beautiful, Garby,
Whew.
you are a beautiful,
Beautiful
gorgeous,
woman.
lovely woman. But at this point, you might have to be sacrificed in order for Kendall to get out of this game. And I'm sorry about it.
I don't like. We got to calm down. We're doing too much. We're saying too. We can't go off. It's in the middle of the day. We got to calm down. Got to calm down. Got to calm down. Oh, but yeah, Kendall pisses me off to the level of he pisses me off. But mm, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the main event thing took me out. I was like, the main event. So what was that? What did we just watch? What did we just watch? But anyway, the duel happens. Ariana comes out in her cute little blue dress. I like that little blue number she had on. I was
For
like,
sure.
"Oh, okay,
Well,
Ari,
baby doll dress.
baby doll. I was here for it. I liked it. I said, okay, mama work. It's good. You know what we have not mentioned Marvin this whole time, but he didn't really
Who?
do he didn't really do
We'll talk about him
much.
on Friday.
Maybe because he didn't really do much. It's yeah, he didn't do much. Oh, sorry. Went to the wrong thing. We already talked about them. Oh, well,
And
there's the duel. There's the duel. KK and Andrea. I will say, these girls
did
fought.
what needed to be done.
They did. They fought hard. They were back and forth. It was the one thing Kendo said, but he didn't say it for them. But the one thing he said was true. If this thing was 35 seconds instead of 45 seconds of holding and pulling this thing,
KK
KK
would
had a
have had it.
shot. KK had a shot. The
KK
first
would have
round,
had it. Yeah.
hmm they were back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It was these two girls put it on the floor and they ate up. They ate it up. And I was like, that's the kind of fight I wanted to see. But when that second round happened and KK lost her shoe, I knew it was done. She had no grip anymore in her foot. She had
Yeah.
no grip to pull, no grip to stay, and Andrea just had to slide all over that floor. So in the end, the winner was Andrea. And I kind of wanted her gone for the sake of I needed her to go so Josh could truly focus on not her.
Yeah.
But that's just me in my delusional land of I wanted Justine or Jules to work. Um, but she's still here. She's still here.
I have to say, I and I don't love Andrea either. I wanted KK to stay, wanted
Hmm.
Andrea gone so that Zhuzh could work. But I was so impressed with Andrea in this duel, and I'm going to give her flowers because she
Hmm.
deserves it.
Hmm.
She ate this up. She ate this duel up. I was really fundamentally impressed with Andrea here. I think Andrea is a real threat
She's a
in this
contender for
game.
sure.
She's a
Absolutely.
big contender. I see now why all the boys want to couple up with Andrea because she is a big threat, and I was fundamentally impressed with her. So she's gonna get her flowers from me today. I still don't really like her necessarily as a character on the show. I don't know her really otherwise, but as a competitor here, big threat.
Absolutely. She is a contender for sure. And we'll see if anybody else is going to step up to the plate to really contend against her, and especially anything physical. Because as of right now, she is very strong. She is probably the strongest girl physically. Now, we'll see about all the other things. Garvey's pretty strong, but she's tiny. And so that's my thing. I'm like, can she compete with the strength of Andrea? But she's tiny. But we'll see. We'll see. But Andrea did what she had to do, and she deserved her win. It was, as much as I didn't want to see KK go, Andrea was the better person on that day. So
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
on her. They did their 2 rounds, and she just beat her in 2 rounds. But
Yeah.
who didn't do 2 rounds?
Ah.
Because it's the main event. But um Chris and Johnny, we knew this was going to be a fight. We knew this was going to
Uh-huh.
be a like a stroke. We knew the power was going to happen between these two. And
And
did
it was
they put
good.
it? It was good. It
It was
was good.
good. Yeah, it was
They
really
put
good.
it on the floor, and I was like,
These boys did the damn thing in
they
this round
did
that we got. Like it was incredibly impressive. Both of them have nothing to be ashamed of and
nothing.
everything to be proud of here. And it's really unfortunate how this ended.
Yes, I was so mad. I was sad
I'm
because
so mad. I'm
I
so
re-
mad.
I really do believe if they had this would have went 3 rounds.
Oh,
I really do believe
100%.
this would have been 3 rounds because
Yeah.
Chris would have figured out what to do, and he would have
Yeah.
played the second round to outsmart Johnny.
He
Johnny's
he had a
strong.
Yeah, he had a great strategy going
He
too.
did.
Like he
Full
had it
round.
he had it there. He needed to lock his legs onto it.
Yes.
He
Mm-hmm.
just could not get because he needed to utilize his height.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to utilize his upper body strength, which I think is still a really good strategy for him. The problem is I do think Johnny out upper body strengths
Mm-hmm.
him here.
Yes.
And I really think that I think this came down to Johnny just out strategizing Chris here. Chris
Mm-hmm.
just needed to lock in his legs. And I do agree with you. I think if we had seen a second round, we would have seen a third round from these two. And I
Yeah.
think that's where it would have gotten really, really scrappy. And I would have been really intrigued to see. But unfortunately,
Chris he does a rollover, holding a thing, and he feels a snap in his finger. And he was like, I think I broke my finger. And the medic comes to see is, yeah, he don't need to compete with this finger because it will do some further damage. So Johnny ends up winning the duel. And I was like, good for Johnny. Good for Johnny. Okay, but let's talk about, well, Andrena in this challenge, during this challenge. Because
baby.
baby girl. Okay, here's the thing. Andrena, you are falling very low on my client list now. I had you high on my client list, but you are starting to really bug me. And I voted for you and Johnny in that last round to make sure that you stayed because I was like, I think you deserve this. I can't do it anymore if you keep falling on the floor like this is the telenovela. Get up, girl. Stand on your knee. Use your
Flip
strong
him,
knees.
Johnny! Flip him, John.
Girl. Oh my girl. I cannot. I
Girl.
girl, get
Girl.
up.
I am on
Get
the floor right
up.
now. Girl, be so real.
Be so
Darling
for real. Get
angel.
up. Get up.
Darling angel, be
Get
so
up.
real. This man is attractive. You've known
Yes.
him in this villa for 3 days.
Even if you got history outside, that's great. But get up. Girl, stop.
I'm working on it.
Get up. Get up. Get off the floor. Like, baby, I was like, girl, come on
Like,
now.
girl, come on
I'm gonna need
now.
you to do better than this. Like she was acting like this was an award-winning telenovela, and she was on the floor. She was screaming. She was crying. This is right after the hyperventilation that she got when she found out she was safe the other day. Like, girl, I can't do it with
Hey,
you.
Lana, we did say we wanted to know the real Andrina.
And if this is it, then baby, hold on. Hold on. Take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Run it back to season 7 when you were boring and you didn't do a whole lot. Like, because this is too much. Girl. Oh, I was happy for Johnny too because I was like, if because honestly, I did want Chris to go. I felt like Chris could go at this point, and I was like, yeah, but I wanted KK to stay, so
I
she would have to find a
know.
new connection with somebody else. But I wanted Chris to go,
Marvin.
Marvin even. So I wanted him to go. But yo, Andrea, Josh has surpassed you on my client list, and he was at the bottom. So I'm gonna need you to chill out. But I'm glad she's happy that Johnny stayed because Johnny he did what he needed to do. Not the way he wanted to win. He said himself, he was like, I didn't really win by seeing somebody getting hurt and injured and can't play, but a win is a win, so I'm gonna take it. And I'm like, period.
Now, here's the interesting thing. So the way that Ariana worded it was
Mm-hmm.
um based on the duels we already had.
Yes.
So if Chris had
Oof.
won this round, would Chris have won? That's kind like scenarios.
Scenarios. And she said the duels we had, like they've had more than one duel.
Like, or it was based on the rounds, I think is the wording she gave. So I was like,
If Chris would have won, would that would have been it? But that would have been fair to Johnny because he could still compete.
I agree. I agree. That's kind of where I'm like,
Huh.
I think in whatever circumstance, I think Johnny wins
Yeah, because if he
by
can't
default.
compete, he had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, he had to have. Because there's no way Chris can continue to compete. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed weird. I was like, okay, but word. Uh that it was interesting, but Johnny wins, which means unfortunately our dumped couple, and it hurt my heart to do that.
no. no. No.
Not
Soul
KK.
Ties is crazy. We didn't even
Soul
get to see her
Ties.
in Soul Ties.
We saw her once in Soul Ties. She went to Soul Ties once with Chris. Oh no, with Tyreek. Soul Ties was crazy.
Soul Ties is crazy. So crazy.
Oh
This is
man.
not the way I wanted to see either of them go out. I
No,
did not want to
me
see.
either.
I wanted to see Chris go here, but not by
Yes.
injury. And I did not want to see KK go out. But I'm glad that KK went out fighting because I'm
Yes.
going to be real and honest and genuine. I think KK has locked in her spot for Love Island Games season 3.
I think so too.
100%. I think KK will be on the next season of Love Island Games.
Yeah, if she's
I
not
think
in a
her
relationship, she will.
100%. Like I think I fundamentally believe like she will be on something. Someone is going to pick her up for something at this point because the way the passion she showed
And
after
she,
getting
oh
eliminated, the not a single dry eye in that villa, even
no.
Ariana was crying.
Right. It was
Like
so sad.
it was it was devastating. I'm really sad to see both of these to go. I am interested to see though if this sets the precedent of power couple to eliminated.
Ooh.
That's what I'm the most
Yes.
interested to see.
I'm interested to see that too. I will say I think for Isaiah and Nicola's chances, it was better for KK and Chris to go because I feel like Chris would have
Yes.
been hell bent on getting
Oh,
them out. And
more so they.
Isaiah, but as long as he with Nicola,
I agree.
and I think he felt a little betrayed by Nicola too, because he's like, was that all fake? Was you talking, trying to,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I think he would have been very like
Yeah.
set on getting them out. And KK would have been like, I don't see why not. They came for us. We got to come for them.
Right.
So I think for their game, it was better for KK and Chris to go. But I also think you ain't out of the water because Johnny may understand. He recognized game, but he is never going to forget. He is not going to forget. So I don't know. I don't know. But I was very sad to see them go, how they went. But I did love that both that KK pulled Nicola. so they can have a talk to, so she can know, like, hey, I'm not mad at you. I was very annoyed with the situation. I really just didn't need to talk in that moment. I'm not mad at you. I still love you, girl. We're cool. Don't you worry. And Nicola, I love your sweet, sweet, sweet nature. I do. But I need you to stand on your business. Stand on business. Say you did what you did, especially when it came to the girls. So for when Ariana asked Nicola how you feel, I wish it was me up there. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't wish it was you because you will be going home. Just say what you did. It sucks that I had to put them in this situation, but it's games. That's it. You're sweet, and I get it, and I understand. Some people don't like confrontation. Some people don't like to deal with, she has a very big heart, empathy, runs deep with that girl. So I get it, and I love that. But I'm gonna say this to the U.S. audience: we like people to keep it real. I need you to keep it real.
Right.
Keep it real. Just say what it is. Mean what you say. Say what you say. Like, I did what I did. Unfortunately, somebody had to go home, and unfortunately, it was you. And I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
hate it. I love you, girl, though. And that would have been like good. That would have been good. But I did. I did like it, and I'm glad that they got to squash it and they talked about it. She felt better. KK was able to make her feel better. KK felt better about everything. She came to peace with it. Even Isaiah and Chris was able. He was like, "I know why you did it. It makes sense. I would have did the same thing. Not well. He said he wouldn't have did the same thing, but he understood why he did it. So,
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad that everyone went out with a group hug, but not too
mhm.
sappy now. Don't do
Not too
that.
sappy now.
But
Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off.
it's a good rounding out of their Love Island Games experience, and I'm really intrigued to come back here on Friday and see exactly what we're gonna get
Yeah.
moving forward. I think this is a really interesting turning point for this season so
Hmm.
early in. I mean, it's early, but it's not really early.
Yeah.
Where I'm really intrigued to see how the kind of back half of the season is going to go now that we've got like one of the biggest targets is out
Hmm.
third.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm really intrigued to see how the rest of the season goes, and I don't know where my glasses are, but I can't wait to see how this turns out. And I'm excited to be back here on Friday with you, Lana, to talk all about it.
Absolutely. Because honestly, who it might be. I feel a shift in the air. I feel a shift in the
Mhm.
air because Toby seems very interested in Sydney.
Yes.
So he might try to get with Sydney, which leaves Andrea to go back with Josh,
Ugh.
which I feel like that could happen.
So,
But I feel Marvin will go after Justine now because he was going after KK before, so he probably will go after Justine
but
now. But Tyreek is still there, who is interested in
Tyreek is
in
there
Justine.
because now Tyreek doesn't really have any other, because he stopped going after Andrina because Andrina's here with now locked in with
Johnny,
Johnny. So
locked.
I feel like Tyreek's number one option is Justine.
Justine,
Even
yeah.
though I think Justine's number one option, to be honest with you, I think is
Josh.
Josh.
It's just still be Josh.
So I'm intrigued. I do also think though Andrea might be shifting a little bit more in the Toby direction at this point. I could see
Mm,
that happening. I do think Marvin is going to add a really nice dynamic to the villa. I'm happy we are getting more France representation. Thank you, Love Island.
as I said,
Thank
let's give him some break.
you.
Give him some time. We'll get some more people, I
Thank
hope.
you. But yeah, I'm really excited for more Love Island games.
Do you think that maybe Nicola might be interested in Marvin?
Given that she was interested in Chris, I could see it. We have no indication of that yet.
No.
Um, I'm really intrigued to see how Nicola is going to navigate the villa moving forward.
Hmm.
Just in general, honestly,
And
like I'm
yeah.
intrigued by that.
And we still haven't seen this Sid Isaiah conversation that needs to happen. That's probably going to happen yet. So we don't know what that dynamic is going to look like. Even though
Yeah.
people say one thing, do they do what they say? So I don't know. I don't know. But I am so, you know what I am thankful for? I'm thankful we have today off. I'm thankful we don't have an episode today.
I
So
know.
we don't have to deal with it today. We can get a break. We can woosah. and then we'll come back on Thursday to
Friday.
talk. No, we'll come back to watch it on Thursday.
Oh, yes, correct. Yes, yes, yes,
We'll
yes, yes.
watch it on Thursday, but we'll be back here to talk about it on Friday. But I'm
Yes,
glad we have this Wednesday off, so we don't have to watch it tonight. We can just go
because
about our
we've got
business.
two other
So
things to
much.
watch tonight. So,
Yes,
because
it's
we will be live later tonight here at the Cup TV to talk about the Final Five eviction for Big Brother. It is our I don't remember what the third it's not penultimate, but the third
right.
third
Hmm.
to last live for Big Brother 27.
Hmm.
We will also be talking about Survivor.
Yep.
That episode will be up
Premieres.
late tonight. Survivor 49 premieres tonight. And we will be back on Friday to talk. Soul Ties is great. And it is
Okay.
great because there
It
ain't
is
gonna be
great.
no KK anymore.
So annoying. Also, Thursday we'll be going live again. We'll be live twice. No, once on Thursday for Amazing Race. Are we going live? No, we're
Nope.
not. We're not.
Not
But
this
it'll be
week.
not this week. Next week we're going live for
Yeah.
Amazing Race. But
Yeah.
we'll have an episode of Amazing Race coming out
Yes.
Thursday or late Thursday night.
And
Anyway, too. So yeah.
yeah, we got Amazing Race, we got Project Runway ending, we got Dancing
Oh,
with the Stars. So there's plenty of content coming out.
yes.
And we will be live on Sunday though for the Big Brother.
Mm,
That is where we do
yes.
as well. So check
Y'all
out
might
everything
want to
we're doing here.
Y'all might want to subscribe to this bit. Just subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell because we got a lot of content coming out this week and next week. So you want to be a part of everything. You don't want to miss anything. So hit us up, hit the subscribe button, and subscribe to this channel. All of our other channels, our audio podcast things, our Patreon. Go to our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Logan and myself if you wanna. You could get your cup mug at lonagcreations.etsy.com. And if you ever decide you want to be on a podcast and you're like, I can do that, I got a microphone and a computer or whatever, and I can speak some good English, decent English. I can talk. I can talk. Hit us up in our Instagram DMs at the Cup Pod and we'll get back to you and let you know. So we're gonna get out of here because we got more stuff to do. You click on the next video so you can see more of our content, and we're gonna go make more content. So we'll see y'all next time.
Do 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 do. Cheers,
Cheers.
Islanders. Bye.
Bye.